So today we will discuss this, what you say that file handling in Python.
Hmm.
File handling in Python.
Hmm.
So let us start. So first we will look at some concepts, theory. Then we will work with some programs, some practicals.
Hmm.
So let me open a file in this Google Colab. Okay, so let me make a new notebook. Okay, it is open. So see, file handling is a very important activity
Hmm.
because when we are doing any sort of programming, whether we are making a machine learning model also or AI model, if we are building, then we learn some parameters. We learn some parameters and that we dump inside a file. So we have to write some data inside the file. Later on, we have to read that parameters
Hmm.
so that we can make use of it in our machine learning.
Hmm.
So file handling is very important. So that is what we will discuss in today's class. How we will be dealing with the files in Python. So first, let us look at some concepts which I will discuss here itself. We are discussing file handling in Python. File handling in Python. Now, what are the main operations on a file? If we make a note of that. So first is like creating the file itself. So first we have to create a file. Then whatever file we created, we have to write data into it. Then we are also interested in reading the file. And we are also interested in closing the file or deleting the file. Like we can call it closing the file, closing the connection. So these four operations we are interested in. So one by one, we will look at all these operations. So first is the creating the file. Creating, how to create a file.
Okay.
So Python makes the life easy in that way that only one, two lines of code. In the C program, in order to achieve the same thing, you have to write a lot. So many pointers and all. It is very complex. But Python, it's very simple. So let us see what is the code, what's the syntax. So in the Python, there is an open function. It's a built-in function. Using this open function, we can open a new file. We can open a connection to a new file. In this open function, we have to pass the name of the file. Now, how this open function will work is that it will first check whether this file exists. If this file already exists,
File name exists, right?
Yeah, this file name, like example.txt, if it exists, in the current working directory where this program is running, then it will just open that.
Oh, okay.
And if it is not present, for example, in the current working directory, there is no file named example.txt, then what it will do? It will simply,
It will create.
it will create a new file. And we are creating it in the write mode.
Okay, we can give the mode of it.
Mode of it, like write mode, append mode. If we are giving the write mode, what will happen? Whatever new data you will add, that will override the old data. Old data will get flushed and it will be replaced with the new data. And when you open the file in a append mode, then whatever new data you will be writing in that file, it will get added. And this will return a pointer or reference to the file, and we can save it in any file name. So I'm giving
Open
the
function syntax is only the name of the file and the type of the file,
mode.
the action which you wanted to do it.
Yeah, mode. Yeah.
True.
Like when we open the file, we have to specify the mode. Read mode, write mode,
Okay.
append mode.
Done.
Done. So let us practice it. Like let us test it. So let me first connect. And here we have to see whether it will work with a local working directory. Otherwise, we have to mount. First, let us work in the local working directory. Let's not mount anything. Otherwise, it will be a different story. I'm calling the open function. I'm just telling it to open the example.txt file. And I'm telling that, okay, open it in the right mode. And I'm running this code. And see, did you see example.txt? It got created. Earlier, it was not there. Let me show you. I think you can see. Earlier, this was not there, but now we can see this. So it works. Okay. So now we got an idea about this. Creating a file. Now the next is that, okay, once we created the file, next is the reading from file. Now we have to read the content of a file. So let us look at that. Reading from a file. So Python has an inbuilt function that is the read function. So whatever file we created, the name which we gave, the reference, that name will be used to refer the file. So whatever file we opened, .read method. So that all the content of that file, we will be able to read it, and we will store it in a string value, like in a variable. And we can print.
Actually, the file name, comma, R if you're giving, open.
Yeah.
The open. You can read it.
No. See what this line is doing now. It is opening a connection to a file. If the file is present, then a connection will be established. Otherwise, a new file will be created and a connection will be established. And here connection means that an reference to that object, because file is an object, a reference to that object will be created, and that will be stored in the file variable, like FILE. This
Correct.
you can give it any name.
If instead of W, if you put a letter R, what happens?
then I am opening a connection to the file only in the read mode.
Only the
It
read
mean-
mode.
It means that I will not be able to write.
But about this reading from a file, content is equal to file dot read name. Read, sorry, file dot read.
Read
Print
function.
content. That means you are
Reading the file.
reading the file which is already exist.
Which is already exist. So we are reading the content of it
Here-
and we are printing the file.
Here you are opening a file with a read mode.
Yeah, when we open a file, we can open it in different mode. That can be a
Modes,
read
yeah,
mode,
yeah, understood.
mode,
Write mode, read mode, append mode.
append mode, read binary, write binary, all that. Like
Understood.
when you are doing image processing or natural language processing, there is a need that we convert the data into binary format. Like any pattern recognition we are doing or image processing. So there is a mode, write binary, WB. We are saying that we are interested in writing, but in the binary format.
Okay.
Now let us try this. Content is equal to, so whatever file we created, now we are trying to read it. And we know that it is empty because just now it got created, it does not have anything. So let us just try it. Let us just try it.
Font is very small.
Oh, okay. I can enhance it. Just one. Why that option is okay. Somewhere here.
Zoom out.
Okay, we can try. Plus. Now is it fine? This is fine. Yeah. So if we have to read the file, we have to open the file in the read mode. Then only we will be able to read it. Okay.
We cannot only write and then read it.
No. So see, if we are opening the file in the write mode,
that's what. Opening a file in the write mode.
Then if you are trying to read it,
cannot be read.
Yeah, you see now error here.
I understood.
Yeah. So we cannot. If we are opening a file in the write mode, we cannot read it. If we have to read the file, we have to open it in the read mode.
Can we do opening a file with read and write mode both?
Yeah. That is possible. That is possible. That we will discuss. But now, since our file is newly created file, it does not have anything. Let us just try to fill something. Okay, so we will do that programmatically. We will do that programmatically. So first write, then we will. So now let us write something in the file, then we will once again come back to reading the file.
Okay. We can write here itself?
Yeah, using that function we will write. Write to a file. So please mute and when needed unmute. because like we are recording it.
What?
Please mute yourself and when needed unmute, like whenever you want to discuss.
Oh.
With the background noise, it is getting recorded. Now we are discussing writing to a file. So there is an inbuilt write method. So the same syntax, file.write. And in this method, we can pass whatever we want to write. Either we can pass a string, like a variable. That variable can contain a content, or we can pass, like for example, for now, we can just write hello world. For now, we can just write hello. So let us try this. So now before reading, first let us write something. So whatever file we created, just open it in the write mode. Then just let us write something. Like let us write hello world. Let us run this. Okay, it returned a positive number, it's fine. Then once again, okay. Then let us close the file.close. So there is a close method using that we can close a connection to the file. Then once again, let us open the file in the read. Let us see the content and see hello world. So first we created a file, or we connected a already existing file. Then we have written a word, hello world, like we can write anything. We will experiment more now. Then we close the connection. Then once again, we open the file in the read mode. Then we are reading the content of the file using file.read, storing it in a variable, all the content, and we are printing that content, and we are getting this. Now, when we are writing, there is one more option available. When we are writing
Why we have to close it after writing? Why can't we directly read it?
Yeah, because the idea is that now, okay, let us try. Let us see that. I am just commenting it. Now, what I will do, let us once again open a file in the write. Then let us write something. Then once again, open the file in the read mode. And once, please, I will write something more. Then let me open the file in the write. Then I will just open it. Yeah, it will be. But the idea is that a connection gets established, and it's a good practice. That
You close the file whenever you open it.
It's a very good practice. Otherwise, there will be leakages. Leakages in that way that many of the connections will be left open.
Okay.
And that can be misused. Like that can be, because that the idea is that if somebody gets access to this file variable and file is not closed, so later part in the program, anybody can misuse this file variable because that connection is still open. And using this file variable, I can corrupt the data. I can write something which can alter the data, or even flush the data, flush the file. That can happen. So it's always a good practice that once our the task is done, let us close the file. So this read and write, it is working. Now one more thing we can discuss, that is in the right, there is one more method, that is the write lines. Write lines. So file dot write lines. And here we can pass the lines. Like, let me just do it once again. Now what I am doing, I am making a list. I am making a list. I am calling it lines. And here I am storing multiple strings. This list is containing some multiple strings. Like it is containing, for example, strings like anything we can store. Apple, orange, cherry. Okay. Now what I will do, once again, I will use the write lines. And here I can pass a list. Inside this, I can pass this list. So what will happen in the file, all these elements of the list, it will get like written one after the other. Like first element, like apple in the one line, orange in the next line, cherry in the next, like that it will be done. Let us give it a try. Let us give it a try. So now here, the same program. Here I can make a list containing some lines. Just write the name of the fruits. Apple, cherry. Now what I will do, I will just write lines. File dot write lines lines. Now let me once again do it. I will open the file. I will write some content inside the file. I will write some more content inside the file using the write lines. So all this will be written. Then let me close the file. Let me once again open a new connection to the file in the read mode. Let me read the content of that file and print it. And we can see hello world 1, 2, 3, then apple, and check. Now, if I have to change the line, then I have to use \n. Backslash, because we know that \n is the new line character. Now all of them will be different lines. So let us once again give it a try. I will open the file in the write mode. When I am opening the file in the write mode, whatever I am writing, it will flush all the old data. And hence you will see that there is already, this content is available in this file. Like in this file, this one line of information is already available. But since I am opening the file in the write mode, whatever new information I'm writing, it will overwrite it and we will prove it. So I am writing hello world 1, 2, 3, line changing. Then I'm writing apple, then orange, then cherry in different lines. Then I'm closing the file. Then once again, I'm opening the file. Then I'm reading the content of the file. And you see that old information, it got eliminated. Like it got overwritten because of that write mode. And we can see that write lines is working.
We got the complete data now. Hello world 1 to 3 and it went to next line and next line, next line.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
previous one was in one line that was overwritten by this.
That is right.
Right.
Now, one more thing we want. Here we see that, okay, that this file dot read, what it will do, whatever content is available in the file, everything it will read in one go. Like it will read everything and it will just store it as a normal string. But what I want is that I want to just read, I want to store every line in a list. I want to make a list wherein every element of the list will be the line in the file. For that, I have a function that is read lines. For that, I have a function that is the read lines, and I will make use of it. And before that, I will show the file also. Like this is the file, example.txt, and you see these words you can see. So this is clear to us. Now we will look at one more function. So I am just writing L is equal to file.readlines. Now this readlines function, what it will do, it will read all the data in the file, and every line it will create an empty list and start adding every line into that list. And we are storing that list with the name L. And when I will print L, you will see we will get a list. We will get a list. Okay. So it is giving us empty list. Just a minute. Let us see why. Let me open the file in the readme. Yeah, now. So you can see this. We have a like all the lines. Every line is one element of text. So first line, second line, third line, fourth. And this is very useful. Like any AI model you are making, wherein there is a need to read a file to obtain some important information. So it's so interesting that all the content of the file, we can convert it into a list. And once we have the list, then we can perform so many operations in it. We can extract a particular line using the indexing, and then we can process it the way. So this was file handling. So now we saw that whenever we are doing the file handling, first we have to create a file. So that is the open method, open, and we can experiment with different modes. Then we write the file, file.write. Then we also read the file. And when we are writing the file, either we can write entire string, or we can make a list of different lines, list containing lines, and we can write lines. The write lines method is also available in Python. Then we have for read, there is a read function and read lines function. And it is a good practice that whenever we open a connection, we have to close the connection. Now let me know if you want to discuss anything, it's like any doubt. or any discussion. Then we can practice.
Here, actually, file is the name of the file which you are putting it. Like it is a variable, right? Name of the.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here
the
it is
name
a
of the file is example, and this you are putting in a file as a variable.
file as a variable. That's right. And this can be anything.
Correct.
You can give it any name. That's right.
Variable.
Yes.
Is it not a keyword? Is this not a keyword?
No. This file is not a keyword. In Python, file is not a keyword. Yeah.
So we can write n number of lines into the file.
That is right.
Is there any restrictions, constraints to be applied in the content when we are putting into the file?
No restrictions.
No restrictions.
Because the file can be very big also. I have seen
Anything we
normal
can write.
text. Yeah, normal text files of many GBs. That's possible.
So text, as we have created txt file, if it is Excel file,
Yeah, then it will not work.
it's not possible.
Not possible. Actually,
Why?
for Excel file now, there are different libraries we will be using.
We cannot create such way.
No. The reason is that now, see, reading and writing an Excel file is bit different, because writing a Excel file is a sort of comma separated value, and we have to take care of the column name. Some
Correct.
complex.
So we cannot create an CSV file over here such way.
In such way we cannot create. We can make use of some third-party modules. Like there are some libraries available.
So only txt file can be created by using file handling.
Yeah, the txt file, and I think some more files, but yeah, like now we can focus only on txt file, because this is the file which we will be using to dump some intermediate data, or some, like if we want to dump any configuration. So there is a CONFG configuration file that we can dump using this, or normal text file. But you saw pandas. In pandas, there is inbuilt functions available to read Excel data. As we saw now, we were able to read CSV. And for JSON, there is a different module. Like, and for XML, there is a different library available to play with the Excel, XML data. So different data formats, there are different tools available to process that. But this inbuilt capability, because here we don't need any import. We are not importing anything at all. So here, this is like playing a good role. That inbuilt for text file. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we will keep the lecture till the end. Then we will practice just.
Done?
Yeah, so I like disconnected that recording.
Okay.